What the architect had proposed, even just for phase one, was not an affordable solution for us.
There's always an architect's dream and an engineer's nightmare, where the architect will design something and then the engineers for the next 50 years are going to have to live with that.
I thought that the architect had a lot of their ego tied up in the design.
It just didn't feel right.
One of the HBE salesmen approached me about the possibility of a second opinion.
As HBE began to speak to us, they began to say, look, it's not going to cost you anything. We'll give you a second look without any charge. We'll give you a fresh view, potentially a different concept. All it's going to take is a little bit of your time. If it's worth that, try it. We talked about it. We decided to try it.
We went into it, I guess I would say, trying to disprove or trying to convince ourselves that we shouldn't use HBE.
And what they came back with at that point was something that suddenly we took a look and said, boy, there's a lot of logic here. It's not exactly what we want, but there's logic here. So as we talked to them about it, it got closer to what we wanted, and then the logic of, and I use the word logic, of what had been developed really began to come through.
That made us start to think, about maybe there is another option out there, and a more affordable option for us to accomplish what we need to accomplish, and save some money.
They were able to design a very practical, solution-based direction for us that was affordable, that allowed us to do what we needed to do in a most cost-effective way.
A price that included everything, and that they were going to guarantee it from day one. We'd sign, and we would get it for that price. That actually helped us significantly when we went to the rating services, because we had that fixed price with the guarantees, and there weren't any questions on their part. It was a very, very positive experience, actually.
And we were able to basically tell our story of where we were with the architect, how much we've reduced our construction cost, and how we made this feasible, to also, hey, we have a guaranteed maximum price. So there is a level of certainty with that.
From our perspective, it's very important that you're on the same page, and that you communicate with each other and make sure you understand, what you're getting.
I think that our economic alignment with HBE was on the same page from day one to the end of this project.
We weren't just getting a project. We were getting the project that we wanted, much more practical than we would have had in the previous designs, much more practical.
The comprehension of the solution was right on.
If you see the building right now, it looks like it was meant to be. I mean, it really ties in nicely with the current building. It flows nicely from within the current building to the new building.
The main hallway that takes us to our existing elevator bank will lead directly into the new building. So it's just continuing walking down that same main hallway that leads into the new structure. It's easy. It's practical. It won't take people a lot of thinking to be able to get there.
The dynamic of not having a third party involved and everything is through a single source has been really nice.
There seems to be a satisfaction in you pick up the phone, that one call, or just walking around to the building, seeing that one person, no questions asked, just move ahead and get your answer and keep going.
Consider HBE. No matter how far along you are in the process, if you're about ready to sign that contract with the architect.
Second opinions, no matter what, are always worth it. Even if cause we're in the medical field. If you have an important medical decision to make, many people look for a second opinion. I don't think it's any different if you're building a building.
When we do whatever we're going to do in the future, we would turn to HBE first, without question. The issue of value, the issue of practicality, the ease the way this project was built. That construction period normally is such a disaster. It's been so smooth. It's in an odd way, it's almost been fun.
It's probably one of the best deals I've ever encountered in my life.